Okay, this is a quick description of if you have the unit and it doesn't seem to work properly, or when you first get it, it's not reading properly. There's a couple things that you need to look for that you can do on your own, and after that you'd have to send the unit back to us for an exchange. But again, when you first get the unit, you're going to turn it on, and we test the units as they go out. And we wet the sensors. There's sensors in here that get wetted with the wetting solution, and we wet them when they go out, but depending on where they go, the sensors may dry out. And if they're dry, you're not going to get any number values next to these green circles. There'll be zeros. So that means the sensors have to be wetted. And in this case, of course, this unit is wetted and ready to go. So what we're going to do is a couple things you're going to check for. First off, is you pull this plug off the top, and you should feel some air blowing out here as the fans are cycling. You either put your finger here, or if you put your face next to it, you'll feel a little bit of a breeze coming out the top. So that means there's nothing plugging the fans, drawing air into this sensor chamber that's in the top. If there is anything obvious, then you need to clear it out. Then you replace the plug, and then you're going to wet it. Now, if the unit is not reading, then you're going to drop in some solution into the top a couple times, and it may not respond immediately. It may take a few times, it may take a minute or two for the wetting solution to wet these sensors. And these are what the sensors look like bare. They're wrapped in a porous cloth covering. And sometimes it takes several times, a couple applications, either the wetting solution or just putting the wetting solution in and letting it soak for a minute or two until the water wicks up into these cloth coverings. And then once that happens, then you're going to get, you'll see these analog values show up next to these numbers, and you'll know right off that the sensors are working properly. If there's zeros here, it will not smell bed bugs. And you have to have number values showing up on the screen for that. And that's something that, again, the first time you either use it when you get it, or the first time you use it after not using it for a period of time, or if you're professional, the first time of the day. Before you go out, you may want to go ahead and wet these and have it ready. The other thing would be is the batteries. If the batteries run low, the screen may freeze up. Or you may noticeably hear the cadence of the fan slow down. It's kind of slow, so you need to replace the batteries. That's one thing you can do. Check for any blockages in these fan nostrils, and also make sure you're not getting any zeros on the display, which you basically remedy by wetting it. If you keep wetting it and you're not getting, and you're still getting zeros, then there's a defect in the unit, and that needs to be sent back to us so we can replace it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a pretty rugged unit. It can survive, being dropped and etc. It's, as I said, it's designed also that if you have fluid on it, it runs off, runs away from the screen. The switch is sealed, the fans are sealed, and the electronics inside are sealed from any kind of leaks that may happen from this wetting solution.